Good morning. Morning. So I don't celebrate Christmas, but I'm sure a lot of my followers do. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I think Kwanzaa starts tomorrow, so happy early Kwanzaa, um, Hanukkah, and everything else in between. Happy winter solstice. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Oh man, it's Christmas morning. I don't have my baby here, so that means I got to lay in my bed, stretch out all by myself. It's actually pretty freeing. Yeah. Because who wants to continue to sleep with a 6 year old? Ah! I'm going to have a 6 year old 2 days. Okay, anyways. I did not come online this morning to talk about Jason Cruz, even though, let's face it, she is the bomb. I know, I'm just one of those parents. Oh, man. No, the title of this broadcast is Toxic is Fun Until Someone Goes to Jail. And I gave the examples of course, Tory going to jail for shooting Megan the Stallion. Now, because he has just been convicted on Friday, I really did want to go live, but I had a lot going on, and this is just the perfect time for me to share my thoughts after a couple of days of, everybody putting out their stuff and me gathering my thoughts and me just reflecting on what everybody is saying. I am continually still a fan of Megan the Stallion. I still love that. Oh, twerk, 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 twerk. I can't twerk. Oh, okay. I'm like one of those girls who, yeah, I don't hold up the wall. Okay, I'm a dance in my seat. I'm a good seat dancer. Okay, I'm gonna tear that chair up. But the minute you ask me to get out of the chair, uh, I'm falling. I can't find a beat. I can't find a rhythm. I just be like, but I look good though. So hey, you got to take the good with the bad. And I'm not a sloppy drunk. Insert Megan the Stallion. I would never, okay, I wouldn't say never. Maybe in my early 20s, I was like that. But now in my late 30s, I know that liquor is not my friend. I have chosen other means to release those stresses, edibles, when I have or when I want to party with friends and family. Okay, edibles. And it just seems to be really working out because liquor is not good for me. I don't have diabetes, but the sugar in the liquor fucks with me and it doesn't do anything but put me to sleep. Like I'm ready to take a nap as soon as I take a shot. So I found that edibles really works for me, and I quite enjoy the many different flavors that they come in as much as liquor. Okay, so let's talk about this Meg and Tory thing. I wanted to put up this picture because people are still continuing to say, even though this man has been convicted, that we don't know who shot her. That Tory could be allegedly protecting Kelsey. Well, I think that, which is Megan's ex best friend. In my opinion, on that, if he is protecting Kelsey, then that would have been the perfect time during his court, during his trial, while he was being convicted, facing the 22 years plus. Hey, I didn't shoot that bitch. This other bitch shot that bitch. Y'all better get that. You know what? Let me watch my language. Fact is, point is, if he is protecting her, he should have found a time to pull the police, prosecutors, judge to the side and say, hey, I didn't do it. This woman did. And then go into detail and showing further evidence on how this woman allegedly, I don't know, the court say he did it. I say he did it. Meg say he did it. I'm say she did. He did it. You know, if somebody shoot you, you know who shot you, unless it's like a drive-by or something. You know who shot you. She was standing right there, and whoever was pointing the bang, bang, pow, pow at her, she know who shot her. She said it was Tory, so it was Tory. Now, if it was the other girl, Kelsey, why would she not say? They not friends no more. And the girl, Kelsey, is married to Megan's former or current whatever record label that she's supposed to be going to court to with anyway. So why would she be protecting the woman who is basically her enemy is her husband? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm protecting some woman that I used to hang around with, but the woman's husband I'm suing. That don't make no sense. Y'all need to get that. Y'all need to work that out. Like, y'all really need to work that out if y'all believe that Megan is protecting Kelsey. Um, and as far as people being mad at Megan, I don't see how or why. Um, because she's still a mammy. I mean, like Megan, she's still protecting black men at the cost of her safety, her mental, her emotional, her physical. I mean, like, she's still protecting black men. Now, there is nothing wrong with protecting black men. I love black men, you know? But if somebody powed you, why are you protecting them? He would be under the jail. Okay. Megan didn't even bring the court case against Tory. The state did. So, and she still lied. Like, she lied through the whole thing trying to protect him. So, I don't see why people are still mad at Megan. Megan went out of her way to protect Tory. Um, and that's just it. Like, Kelsey lied, Megan lied. I don't know if the hairdresser lied because he wasn't around, but he sure wasn't giving a testimony that was hurting Tory's case. Let's put it like that. So now that we got that out the way, I want to talk about toxicity, because I think that's what everybody in that whole situation had a little bit or a lot of bit in them, toxicity in them. I mean, it's just it. And yeah, being toxic is so fun, thrilling, exciting. Oh, being toxic. Oh, you put you on the edge of your seat. You don't know whether you going up or down, left or right, in or out. Ooh, toxicity. Ooh, it's like a roller coaster. Your stomach be jumping all up and swinging all around, and it's just so fun. Ooh, being toxic is fun, y'all. I mean, shit, I ain't gonna lie. Being toxic is it's pretty fun. But, 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 let's face it. Being toxic at a certain age It's just, I'm trying to think of the word, just being toxic after the age of 30 in your late 20s. It's just old and boring. And it's just like pushes people away. Like, who wants to be around somebody that's toxic? Arguing, fussing, and yelling, and just can't get along, and always gotta be the oddball, gotta be different. I mean, we're not talking about different in a playful, loving, um, girl. Yeah, right. We're talking about a FUB. I can't stand you. You get on my nerves. Let's jump out the car. Square up. I'm gonna get somebody from my hood to kick your butt, and like it, it's just old. It's just tiring. It's just exhausting. And from the testimony out of Megan's mouth, because Megan wasn't on trial here. Now, it may have felt like Megan's whole everything was on trial. Her actions that night, what she was wearing, the shoes. They was talking about some flip flops that she left in Kylie Jenner house that she had, like Louis Vuitton, like everything. Everything about Megan was on trial, right? Nothing about Tory was on trial. Even though he was the one who was actually on trial, Megan was the one that was constantly in the hot seat. And I think it's because she's toxic. I'm going to say it. Megan the Stallion is toxic. Now, like I said, I love Megan. She's in her late 20s. She is world renowned, has college education, sponsors everywhere, all that. She put on a good show. But I believe that if she is not in therapy, she needs to really seek some. Because her actions, although it's not an excuse for being jumped, people putting their hands on her and her getting shot, but it is a reason, right? It's not an excuse, but it is a reason. And not everybody gonna put up with that toxic shit. Okay? Not everybody is going to be riding and dying or whatever the saying is, riding and dying and going hard and ready to jump in the bullpen with somebody who is constantly toxic. We just over that type of shit. We're just over it. Like, you got to come to terms with a lot of shit going on in your brain, in your emotions, in your heart, all of that. Bring it together. Simmer that shit down. Not everybody is going to be putting up with that crap. Example, Kylie. Example, Tory. Example, the box or the driver or bodyguard who allegedly jumped on Megan after all of this had happened. Right? Not everybody is going to be putting up with that toxic shit. And I don't care how much money you have, how popular you are, how many circles you can get into, have access to be a part of. We're going through a mental shift in, I don't know, this is a woke statement now. So, certain people will feel me, certain people, it might go over your head. But we're really going through a mental shift. A lot of people is being woke. So that means that a lot of people are realizing that it's all a distraction. It's all a mental block, a mental wall that we have to constantly fight to get past and to get over. And when we hang around people like Megan the Stallion, she might not be that way now, but 2 years ago, oh, she was toxic. And we talking about, ooh, toxic, baby, ooh, that kind of toxic, right? It's people just don't want to put up with it, and it's just as simple as that. Like with this wokeness, it's more being toxic and being around people like that. It brings you down, like literally brings your whole mental, vibrational down. And if you're an empath, you feel it. Hell, I can feel it through the TV. The mental stresses of people. Not everybody wants to be around that. It's exhausting, it's draining. It does something. It makes you be in a depressive state. Being toxic just brings in so many problems. Oh, it's fun. It's fun though. But when you coming down off that toxic high, you got to deal with a lot of shit. Let me share you a story on my personal past. Me being toxic. Now, this was almost 20 years ago. I think I was about 21, 22. So, about 17 years ago, this happened. I had me a little boyfriend, and I was faithful to my boyfriend. Like, he was a nerd. I'm a nerd still, but I was a nerd that was trying to be hard in the block, on the block, every day, right? While he was at home, I was at the, like he didn't have to worry about me cheating because he was doing what he needed to do at home. I just wanted to be on the block, right? So I was the toxic one. Hanging around other people that was toxic, being imprinted, their toxicity being imprinted on me trying to be just as toxic as them. Good and damn well, I'm just the biggest nerd ever. So, during one of my toxic rants with my ex boyfriend, he took me out in the middle of the country and said, I'm not putting up with your shit no more. Get out of my car. In the middle of nowhere. So we fought, of course. He pulled me out the car. We fighting on the side of the road. He jumps back in the car, drives down the road. I'm walking down the road, beat. Well, I mean, I didn't have like bruises, but he slammed me a couple times though. And he pulled back up beside me on the side of the road. I kept walking past the car. So he pulls the car behind me, and I turn around and jump on top of the car. So he's driving down the road with me on top of the car, and I'm beating on the car, and he swerves the car, and I fall off. He runs me over, and that's toxic. Well, he picks me up, takes me to the ER. They want to arrest him for DV. I tell them no, it was an accident, make up this story so he doesn't get arrested, right? And I had to sue my ex and his mom to pay for my hospital bills and therapy. Oh, I was fucked up because he ran me over with the fucking car. So the point is being toxic. Oh, he loved the toxic in me. He loved the sex. He loved the adventure. He loved the excitement until he couldn't take it anymore. And you just never know when a person's breaking point is. And no, there's no justification for what he did, which is why he got sued. Which is why, me at the time, being a mammy, protecting him, lying to the police to try to prevent him from going to jail. Yeah, I did the same thing, which is why I know what Meg did and is continuing to do by not telling the truth. We may never get the truth. Hell, I lied to myself in my own situation. I believe my own lies. Meg probably does too. She probably believes her own lies. But it's no excuse for what Tory did. Just like it's no excuse for what my ex did. But it was my toxicness that led up to that. Just like I believe it was Meg's toxicness that led up to that. Because I don't care what you say. Out of all the stories that were told that night, all of them say Meg was being drunk and belligerent. Hell, even Kylie Jenner had said that. Even the boyfriend, what is Kris Jenner's husband, the black man, whatever his name is, he said that. Like, she was being drunk and belligerent. Like, just trying to pick fights with everybody, disrespecting, saying little side comments, smart remarks, being shady and shit. For what? Like, you a guest in somebody's house. You Megan a fucking Stallion. You don't have to be shady and shit. So I'm not saying that there was an excuse for Tory and what he did to Megan, but there is a reason. And we got to control our own toxicness. We have to learn to control our own toxicness. We have to stop hanging around people who are toxic, who bring us down. We know who they are. And if it's you, if you're the toxic one, work on it. Pray about it. It's always hope. There is always hope. Being toxic is a state of mind. You can always change your state of mind. Always. We going into this new year, 2023. Don't wait till 2023, January 1st, to start making that change. Make those changes now. You feel like you want to cuss somebody out? Walk away. It only take I'm not saying, you're going to be perfect in it, but just start with one cuss out. Just start with one cuss out. Save that one cuss out. Instead of cussing everybody out, only cuss one person out. Right? You cuss 5 people out on a daily basis, cuss out 4 people. Right? Or you cuss out 5 people on a daily basis, only cuss out one time. Right? I don't know. Just try to do what you can to make some improvements on not being toxic. It's a state of mind, people. And I believe that in time, with a little bit of therapy and meditation and manifestation, I believe that Meg will get past this. She has people who support her. She has people who love her. You know? So I believe that she will get past her toxic ways to be a better woman, to be a stronger woman. And as for Tory, the lesson that you learned here, hopefully, is to walk away from toxicity. Don't let toxic people affect you. Don't let toxic people ruin your day, ruin your life. You always have the capability of walking away, rolling away, hell, mentally floating away. You always have free will when it comes to that. Oh, so this is just my opinions on the whole Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez. I'm just giving out my opinions and my thoughts. And we know the facts here. He was convicted on all 3 charges. And he should be. And if he feel like he was wrongly, served justice, then there's always courts of appeal that he can go through. But my stance is to protect black women. Even at the cost of you walking away. Even at the cost of you saving yourself. Even at the cost of putting that hoe out the car and making the Megan Thee Stallion walk her ass, trollop her ass down the street. You would have been a free man. Let's think about it. I know, right? Okay, y'all gonna have to let me know what y'all think about this in the opinions below. Like, toxicness. Do you think that Meg was toxic? Do you think Tory was toxic? Do you have any toxic stories yourself that you would want to share? How are you going to make steps in the future in this upcoming year to avoid toxic situations and people alike? Let me know in the comments below, guys. I love to hear your thoughts and opinion about it. In the meantime, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Hit that button at the bottom of the screen for the notifications and leave some kisses in my Cash App and my comments. And let me know what you think.